Welcome back to Freeman's Garage. I'm wearing a 1970s snowmobiling suit because this is a 1970s Kawasaki Drifter snowmobile. We're going to find out if it'll run today, and maybe we can take it for a rip. We'll find out what year it is too. I think it's on a trailer. So my dad picked up this old sled. The story on it is unknown. We don't know anything. I see he did bring it home on my grandpa's old homemade trailer, so that's good to see that old girl get some use. I think the toughest part, well, I don't even know if there's an engine under that hood, but what could be the toughest part is just getting the thing out of here. I haven't yet decided if we're gonna dig for the tongue of the trailer and drag the whole unit out, or if we're just gonna try to get the sled running on the trailer and just ride it off. Looks like someone had been doing a little bit of bumping, but you know, rubbing's racing. Looks like they cracked the hood a little bit. We do have both skis, so that's a good thing. We got a shock on this side and spring. Looks like we do over on that side. It's always good to have. Looks like we are going to find a windshield under there though. Hopefully it's not cracked. We'll find out when we get to it. I'm sure that tire's probably flat. Might have a seat under here. My golly, there's a seat. Well, what do you think? Maybe a guy should start getting all the snow off this thing so you can see what he's working with. Would you look at that? Holy lederhosen. This might be a pretty sled. So I have absolutely no clue what it looks like. I just know that it's supposed to be a Kawasaki Drifter. It's about 10 degrees below zero outside, so I'm gonna get some hot hands going so I don't get frostbit, and I'm gonna throw another jacket on for right now. It's a wee bit Arctic around here. Just shake these things up and they stay hot for hours and hours. We'll get her yanked out of here, and then we'll get all the snow off and really see what we got to work with. Okay, the tongue of the trailer is sitting on a piece of a railroad tie. That's good to know that was in here. And I just found a bolt. Wonder what that goes to. That's a pocket find for now. I could check the tires for blocks or chocks before we yank her, but I just feel like taking that chance. It'll be fine. As long as we don't destroy my grandpa's trailer. Gentle yanking. We're gonna ramrod the 99 Silverado into that snow to pull the sled out, and I would like to go in forward and use the factory tow hook. That's not an option anymore. For fun, we're gonna see if the Silverado can do it in two-wheel drive, and if we get stuck we'll go into four-wheel drive, and after that if we get stuck we'll pull it out with the Jeep J20 plow truck. You're supposed to yell stop. What are you doing back here? It goes without saying that a person can do whatever they want, but I stay away from the backup cameras and the gimmicks because I don't want to lose that skill. The old Silverado did her in 2-wheel. That's pretty gosh darn deep if you ask me. Now what's really going to be impressive is if she pulls this out in 2-wheel drive. Ow. Yeah, I should have figured that block was frozen. Life is all about choices, is it not? I don't want to tear my grandpa's homemade trailer up. I'd like to keep that in one piece. So I think what we're going to do is just kick her in 4 low and drag it out. That was really deep. I didn't load this thing, but I would assume that's probably the only strap on here. Well, I guess maybe there could be one back here. Oh, there is. Boy, that sure would have been funny if I was trying to drag the sled off and that was on there. Well, that's kind of funny to find the trailer fender come out like that. That one's on. And this one is MIA. So I guess that's it right here. I guess in future videos we should probably spruce up Grandpa's homemade trailer. I think that's something we'll do over on the Freeman's Garage Extra channel. Let's open the hood on the sled now and see what our chances are of firing this thing up. There's got to be a strap or a latch somewhere for the hood. The windshield's broken. I didn't do that when I pulled on it, did I? If I did, my dad's gonna kill me. It doesn't matter how old you are. Your dad will want to kill you if you break his stuff because you were being stupid. Yep, she's a drifter, all right. And she looks like she is pretty minty. It's a 440, and so far, I don't think the seat's gonna be ripped. That's rare. And the most unbelievable thing of all, there's a key. Just like Bo would say to Luke Duke, that's an omen, cousin. Okay, here's the strap. On this side anyways. I'll have to get that undone without breaking anything. There we go. Is there one on this side? Yeah, there was. It looks like it's broken off and missing. Well, slap your grandma. I think we got a good one here. This looks complete, and it looks like a real gem. I think it's gonna fire up. Well, I'd say we got a 92 to 95% chance. Well, now after seeing how complete it is under the hood, I'm even more excited to see if this old Kawasaki Drifter will run. So I'm gonna clear out a spot in the building here, get the kerosene heater going, and we'll thaw this sled out, and then we'll fire it up. Well, we don't know if it will yet, so that's still in the air. 90 to 95%. I think that's pretty good. I think that'll do her. And this sled looks even better now. Looks like it's in fantastic shape. It's got all the decals. Drifter. I could just picture guys standing around the showroom in the late 70s looking at the new snowmobile models and thinking, man, I want the Drifter. It's probably an original Kawasaki mud flap too. It's got the big old K on it. Let's see what we got going on in here. This is kind of like the trunk. Oh. Oh, I thought this tape was holding the latch on, but it's... Or wait, what's going on here? Oh, this slides... Wait, no. It's got hinges. Oh, what's going on here? Are we taped shut? Okay, I see. The duct tape is holding the door closed. I thought this was the door as well. And I think it's just this. And the tape's wrapped around the door and kind of the frame. Let's try to get this thing running first. And then later in the video, we'll get this open and see what's in there. Not sure that's supposed to be like this, but it's got enough zip ties on it. I'm sure it's fine. Newer looking fuel lines for the primer. That's a good sign. Carburetor is filthy on the outside. Wouldn't surprise me if we gotta take her off and clean her out. We'll see what happens. Kind of the main thing I'm looking at here is, do we have spark plugs? Okay, we got an NGK. come off without ripping the boot. Okay, so we got plugs in here. That's good. We got a rope for our pull starter and a recoil on here. So that is good. Looks like we have, there's a belt on here for the clutch. We need that so that we can actually scoot forward. Original Kawasaki parts. That's good to see. Some severe rustage on the breakage. I think that'll be fine. We don't really need brakes. There's actually a fairly new looking line running from the tank to the carburetor, and there's actually a filter in between. That's a real good sign. Guess this might not be the best sign, but I've seen worse signs. We're just gonna pretend that that's not there. We didn't see that. Well, let's find out if the engine is locked up or not. We'll see if she turns over. Hopefully the old rope on here doesn't snap. That doesn't feel good. No, it's not moving yet. Now that we know the engine is not locked up, my heart is beating like a trip hammer with excitement. Let's just hope we don't find a hot surprise when we pull these plugs. Uh-oh. I don't want to strip this out. There we go. These are clean looking plugs on the outside too. Wonder what the deal is on this sled. I wonder what all somebody did to it before they stored it away. They obviously had it stored in a building before the old man got his hands on it. I mean, it looks like it was stored inside. It's kind of like the 1985 Harley Davidson. That bike was well cared for and clearly stored inside, so it didn't take much to get that running. Looks fine to me. Okay, where can I set this so that it falls and then you can't get it out again? Oily and gassy, just the way it's supposed to be. I got this fancy new fandangled flashlight with a magnet on the end and a whole bunch of doodads. Oh yeah, looks great in there. Well, looks fine. I mean, I can see the cylinder walls. They don't look brand new, but I mean, maybe we'll squirt a couple drops of oil in there. Just for starters, or, well, we'll just overmix the oil and the gas a little bit maybe. I don't see anything that looks bad in there, so looks like good cylinders, good pistons. It's a little carbony in there, but I mean, what do you expect? If this thing just pops off, I mean, it's really all we can ask for at this point. It's just a random engine. And random luck mixed with a little bit of skill and knowledge. Am I a smart man? Not really sure if these plugs are going to be good enough to run on. I mean, it could have been parked because of fouled out plugs, but we'll clean them up with a wire brush and we'll see what happens. Baby steps. But it is very possible that the plugs could be our Hercules heel on this deal. just lost the socket under the sled. Oh, come on. I think we, as in you and I, are getting pretty gosh darn close here to seeing if we can get it to fire off. I think we'll check the fuel tank first. We haven't gotten there yet. Boy, that's really on there. Well, that's a bit trying. There you go. That hasn't been off for a while. Little turpentine-y. But hey, turpentine in your gas tank is not a bad thing if it's high-speed turpentine. Makes your engine run faster. Found this 5-gallon gas can here in the barn, and it says it's only for something that's kind of faded. I can't read what it's only supposed to be used for. I think it might actually say, I think it says Drifter. So we'll use that. And then we'll go with 25-to-1 ratio. I found this fairly, I mean, it's not that old. It's pretty fresh. Looks like a pretty fresh bottle. 2-cycle oil. Well, I guess it could be a couple decades old. It's definitely 2-cycle oil. I think we'll be fine. And if you're talking to the screen right now saying, go buy a fresh bottle of oil, don't even use this old stuff, just for testing purposes, well, then here's to your convictions and my acquittal. Well, let's see if we can get this thing to fire. Oh, we still haven't found out what year it is yet. Gotta be late 70s. We'll find that out later in the video, and we'll still dig into that storage compartment and see if there's any treasures in there. You know what? I can't take it any longer. Let's take a minute to look around this thing and see if we can't find a sticker that's got the date of manufacturer or something on it. And let's get into this storage compartment back here. I want to see what's in there. The suspense is killing me almost as much as seeing if this engine is gonna fire off. It's too much fun around here at Freeman's Garage. I just don't have time to be upset about anything these days. I just try to have fun with everything, you know? You know what I mean? Just found the manufacture date here on the right side of the tunnel. August of '78, so this must be a 1979 model. This is my old man's sled, so I probably shouldn't go in here. He probably wants it to be a surprise for him. Unless he's been in here already, but, well, let's just take a peek. Just promise, don't tell him. Don't tell him we went in here. Well, holy Al Capone's vault. Key on, and I'm not gonna, well, this looks kind of, I think we're just gonna leave the choke lever alone because it just looks like it's gonna get jammed or stuck or something. There's a toggle switch here. No clue what that's for. We'll just leave that the way it is. See if the primer works, if we can get any gas from the tank to the carburetor to prime it. It did pump some fuel through the lines, but it was just leaking the whole way. It's spraying all over the place. So, I mean, that's not going to start a fire. There's a toggle switch. I don't know what it does. That's the choke lever that we're not going to mess with right now. Hopefully we don't need it. I mean, if this thing can run, if it is a running engine, I don't think the choke's going to matter too much right now. Oh, and this is a factory option. All right. Let's see what happens. Oh, in the comments, put how many pulls you think it will take to start the engine. Or is it too late for that? I don't know, but let's keep going. No. Oh. Well, assuming the kill switch is wired and working, should probably switch that to on, and it's got a little Sharpie mark or probably a paint marker. Someone put a little line on here, so you know what you're doing there. Okay, all right. Let's see if it starts now. We didn't even need the key. I can't believe it. I thought that if it did run, well, I thought it was going to take a lot longer than that. But if we did get it running, I thought it was going to run as rough as a cobblestone road. It firing up like that is as weird as someone outside in a robe. It's as clear as a sunny day that this sled had been stored indoors by the previous owner. And this is the kind of magic that happens when you store stuff indoors. One of my assumptions going into this is that we were gonna be getting ourselves into an electrical nightmare and at least cleaning the carburetor once or twice. Store your stuff inside, folks. This is the result. We're gonna take this old Kawasaki Drifter out in open country, and we're gonna go for a rip. Look how deep this is. Everything was going fine until the engine started bogging down and lost power. Whee!
Did you get that on camera?
Yeah.